Hello everybody. It cooled off a little today. Hope you're all doing well. I'm okay. I'm gonna be a little drowsy if I'm gonna be frank, because I took some pain meds earlier since my feet and legs have been sore, but otherwise things are fine. I had my dinner and I had some recipe ideas that I'm thinking of trying. I'll probably divulge them in a moment, but for today's stream, we're playing War Tactics. Oh god. So last time we left off on this, we had gotten over the hurdle that I was dealing with in last week's streams where I was stuck on the Gafgarian fight. We killed Gafgarian, and the princess has now aligned herself, supposedly, with Delita as well as Duke Goltana. And Goltana and Duke Larg are now in full-scale war because Larg is like, the prince is the real successor to the throne. I will be his regent and therefore control Ivalice. And then Goltana's like, no, the princess will be the true queen of Ivalice, and I'll be the regent and have power through her. Like, it's turned into a massive pissing contest between the two of them. And what hasn't helped is that there's droughts and other kinds of natural problems that are causing both regions to experience really horrible famine and population issues. So, yeah, fair to say, things are kind of fucked in Ivalice right now. Meanwhile, Ramza and co have gone through Lionel Castle. We fought the Cardinal there, who used the Zodiac Stone there, or the Auracite rather, to turn into like Oogie Boogie from Nightmare Before Christmas by way of Eldritch God. And after that, Ramza's wanting to meet with one of his brothers to try and sort some things out on why this machination has happened the way it has. So, yeah, I believe that's everything in terms of the recap. We did also see some more chroniclings of things, so we'll take a look at this and then we'll get started.
Records pertaining to Auracite.
So we have two so far. We have the Scorpio and we have the Taurus Auracite. The Taurus one was the one that Mustadio had before he joined our party. And we gained the Scorpio one from Delacroix. So let's read up on these.
Let us take a look.
The Taurus stone was discovered in the tunnels beneath the clockwork city of Gog by the machinist Bersudio Bunanza, who entrusted it to his son Mustadio. Though Cardinal Delacroix and his pawns in the Bart Trading Company attempted to seize the stone, they were foiled by Mustadio's quick thinking. While in Gog, Mustadio chose to lend Ramza his aid and gave the Taurus stone over to his keeping. And then the Scorpio stone. Scorpio stone was in the possession of Cardinal Delacroix, liege lord of Lionel. At Lionel Castle, he used the stone's power to become Cuchulainn the Impure, but was defeated by Ramza. Though his body vanished, the Scorpio stone remained and is now in Ramza's hands. So, there's one for each of the Zodiac sides.
Be sure to apply that which you learn here.
I'm just gonna get rid of all that, all those notifications. All right.
A deeper
So yeah,
understanding may
it's
lead to
all.
fresh discoveries.
So yeah, Ramza's wanting to talk to his brothers to prevent more war outbreaks because already people are suffering enough, and he's like, the people are tired of war. They've just got off of being done with 50 years of conflict, and you want to keep fighting. Like, yeah. And Delita was apparently under a lieutenant under the Black Ram Knights, and the Black Ram Knights had stopped they stopped the whole thing that we started the game with, where men disguised as either men disguised as or men that were actually members of the Order of the Northern Sky were going to assassinate the princess so that she would not be a potential opposing force to Prince Orinus. And Delita stopped that by essentially shifting the blame of the Order of the Northern Sky's assassination ploy on one of the chancellors of Duke Goltana. And so Delita kind of did that as a way to be like, hey, I'll be loyal. I just pointed out that one of your chancellors was conspiring against you. So, yeah. And then the princess found out that she's actually not really the princess of Ivalice, or at the very least of the region. She is actually a body double that was apparently just a random kid that this supposed council had just found and raised up to be essentially in the princess's image in every which way possible. So she doesn't really have a royal claim outside of what the council wants from her. So yeah. And then there's this Orlando guy who is a part of the command of Duke Goltana, or Duke Goltana, and he's seeing things as it is regarding how fucked the situation is for both regions of Duke Larg and Duke Goltana's entire situation. He's like, listen, the common people are fucking suffering right now. Like, they're the ones that suffer the consequences of us trying to fight around everything. And everybody else is like, get this guy out of here. He's peeing in the punch bowl. So, yeah, things are getting fucky there. And so, yeah, Larg, branch of Atkasha royal family, and Goltana. Yeah, so Larg wants to install the rightful heir, because like the thing is that this princess existed as a means to get to the throne when the council themselves had completely been sabotaging the late king and his queen, and apparently was responsible for the deaths of their prior sons to all of this. So this council is really the big bad of everything. Like, obviously, well, at least one of the big bads. There's a lot of big bads here, because Larg and Goltana probably would have ended up in a royal pissing contest in some way, but this council's interference had done a lot worse. And it's not like Ivalice was really under any better rule under the current crown of Ondaria, but this just turned into a way worse situation because, you know, 1% wants to keep their rule, and the common people are the ones that still suffer when they are the ones doing pissing contests. It's reminding me a lot of the Vinland Saga moment where Thorfinn is talking to Knut's men, saying like, we all don't know each other, we shouldn't be fighting, the only ones that have problems here are Knut and Kettle, and they should just fight it out against each other. Throw Larg and Goltana in a room and just, you know, have them duke it out themselves. People are dying. So yeah, both of them are... So both are related. Like, Goltana is actually descended... So yeah, they're both descended from this King Denamda, who, you know, was one of the ones responsible for the 50 Years conflict. So both feel like they have a legitimate rule to this. And there's Gafgarian, who we fought and killed. So yeah, Delacroix, who wanted to essentially usurp both Goltana and Larg and reinstate himself as like a high-level political official with having Zodiac Stone warriors at his beck and call. And this is Fulmarv Tengil. We do not know shit about him. And this is Elmdor, who had Argath Shitfuck as a subordinate. Yeah. And then Lassalia, that's the capital. Oh, that's the central region of Ivalice. That's the actual, like, royal capital of everything. And then Limbury is the eastern. So for west, it's Lassalia, and then east, it's Limbury. And the War of the Lines is what they've been dubbing this new conflict between Duke Larg and Goltana. So, yeah. That's the deal with that. And State of the Realm, this is what's going on right now in the present. And yeah, so the queen is imprisoned by Goltana. Larg and Ramza's brothers are on the side of, like, Oronus is the true heir to the throne. Yeah. I really love this chart. This is so fucking handy. So yeah, War for the Throne, and they're both dispatching troops to this Bessalat place, which is, I believe, where Ramza is attempting to circumvate. He's just going to go to his brothers to try and prevent more fights from happening. And there's more cutscenes. And that should be it. But yeah, Basalt, we have not been there. I have a feeling we may actually end up going, though. But yeah, that is everything. So I guess with that, we're going to head into the Royal City.
Sit, won't you?
Again, I don't know how much of a time skip this was after the events of the flashback sequence. So I don't know how long it's been since Ramza really met with his brothers.
You surprise me, Ramza. I did not think to see you here in Lassalia. Alma's been worried sick. She'd be delighted to see you.
Zalbarg,
What is it? You've a grim look about you.
Can you not end this fighting?
Came all this way to say that.
What purpose can it serve? We Beowulfs have ever fought to defend the people, not simply the crown. And now we fight for no more than our own glory.
As ever, you see only what lies on the surface. Do not speak of that which you do not understand.
It is you who does not understand, brother. This war has been plotted to some unseen purpose. Dukes Larg and Goltana are only puppets in some shadow play.
A shadow play. Pray, tell how it ends.
I do not know. But consider the abduction of Princess Ivalice from Orbonne Monastery. It was staged. A ruse to prevent Duke Goltana from becoming regent.
Staged.
I was there, Zalbarg, and I know all that followed. Princess Ivalice was ultimately to be slain, but someone intervened. She lives, and is now in Goltana's care. Had the assassination succeeded, the crown would surely have named Duke Goltana a traitor, and rallied its banners against him.
Okay, so, yeah, clarification. It was Larg's men disguised as Goltana's men to assassinate the princess to look like Goltana was responsible.
And who would go to such lengths?
The one responsible is our Lord Brother, Dystark.
Do you stand here accusing our brother of having some hand in this business with the princess?
So you knew naught of this? Even so, you must know what Dystark is capable of.
Enough! Who have you become that you do not trust your own brother, your own flesh and blood?
Zalbarg, you speak of trust, yet am I not your brother too? Why will you not trust me?
What have you ever done to inspire my trust? The mistake was my own. Until today, I'd looked on you as a true brother. But your mother's common blood forever stains you common. You're not fit to bear the Beowulf's name. Begone from my sight!
You cannot mean that.
Forgive me, Lord Commander, but I have urgent news. The Thunder God has broken through our lines at Dugera Pass.
To strike so swiftly from Bessalat?
Bessalat.
This title's well earned indeed.
That's how you pronounce it.
Summon the War Council. All of them.
My lord.
All right. Lasalia Castle postern. All right. So split into 2 teams on this. I was having you level up. Could make you a thief now.
A decent choice.
Honestly, but we could try Brawler Thief, see how that goes. Alicia, I was having you also be a samurai in the future. Wasn't I also making somebody a summoner? I think Guston, I was making a summoner. Yeah. And that means we can do that now.
Wish me luck.
Alright, and you also can learn some more skills from here. Maybe? I don't know about that. How about we have you learn big ice damage? And... ooh, that'd be pretty nice. Alright, there's our first summoner. And you I was going to make into whatever this job was, so...
Certainly.
There's that.
Ready.
Then Dragoon. Don't see what we can do on that front. Let's try this, and we'll see what happens. I think with Moogle we'll be okay.
At the ready.
Ramza, wait!
I'm sorry, Alma.
Did you think to leave without so much as a word?
I've never been good at goodbyes.
You won't be coming back, will you?
Delita lives, Alma.
What? But how?
I expect you have heard of Princess Ivalice's abduction from Orbonne. In truth, it was no kidnapping, but a rescue. One which Delita carried out for the faction with which he has aligned himself.
What? I'm not sure I understand. The princess was taken to Duke Goltana. Does this mean Delita works for him?
At first, I thought as much. That Delita had sided with the Black Lion to spite us.
Oh, excuse me. I had to stretch my back.
But I was wrong. I fear he may have fallen in with people far more dangerous still. 'Twas they who thwarted the plot to assassinate Princess Ivalice, thus allowing Duke Goltana to keep his honor intact.
And as a result, war has broken out between him and Duke Larg.
Then they both take each other out.
Is it true, Ramza? Was it Dicedog who plotted Princess Ivalice's abduction?
So you've heard. It is true, I fear. I am sure he had his reasons, but I cannot see them for the bloodshed.
Ramza, if Delita lives, then might Tetra?
She did not share her brother's luck. Listen to me, Alma.
I love the little bits of animation that are done for the overworld sprites here in cutscenes. It's really good.
I know not who guides Delita's actions, Only that they are to be feared, and I know not what evil lies at the end of this plot.
Evil. And Delita serves these people.
Perhaps serve is not the right word. Though he aligns himself with them, he appears to have his own reasons for doing so.
You mean to fight them, don't you? I want to fight too. I'm coming with you.
Alright, but be sure to realize you'll be grinding up a lot of levels.
Are you mad? That's out of the question.
It'd be so many grinding sessions. There's no metal slimes in this. We're not the right franchise.
I want to help you prove the truth of your words.
No, not like this.
Please, Ramza. I don't want anyone else to meet the same fate as Tetra.
Alma, please.
Ramza Beov, if I am not mistaken. Ah, but I have you at a disadvantage. I am Confessor Zalmor Lucianada of the Holy Office of Inquisition. I come to bring you before the office on charges of the murder of Cardinal Delacroix and suspicion of heresy. Should you wish to preserve your house's good name, you will come with us. But should you resist, you admit your guilt and will be executed as a heretic.
A confessor? Here?
You must run, Ramza! Quickly!
Then your choice is made. In the name of the Father, put this heretic to the sword.
Watch this guy just immediately bamf out the second that his health is low.
Justice will be served.
All right.
I will fight.
All right, what is your skill? You're a cleric, okay. Grants beneficial effects. Oh, Aegis. Okay, so defense boosting. We also changed our thief to a dragoon. Also, ad breaks starting in about 5 minutes. Heads up. Oh, she gave us a big fucking boost. Oh my god. Haha. Cloak evasion. And probably move you over here.
What to do?
Move you here. Then put you here. Oh boy, cloak evasion's my favorite. Kind of do a hit and run tactic.
Justice will.
Is this guy a healer? What's his deal? Oh god. Evaded. Okay.
Come on.
Hey Lilith, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. We are currently about to be on the run for having killed the Cardinal when he turned into a weird eldritch god that looked like Oogie Boogie from Nightmare Before Christmas. all this coming after the fact that our main character has learned that apparently his brother is potentially part of a ploy that is meant to have two dukes take each other out, and not in the yaoi way. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well today.
I must act.
If I sound a bit drowsy today, it's because I had a long day at the Long Day Factory, and I had to take some ibuprofen because my legs are very sore. And not leg day sore, I mean like I'm sore. Not the Long Day Factory, yeah. Like, at the end of the day, you get paid, but holy shit. Like, it was just because it was a lot of standing in one particular spot and or moving very, like, slowly. So I was just left really tired. But hey, we're here, we're playing some more of this, and I can give like a brief recap of the story so far once we are done with this fight. But yeah, essentially what happened that caused this turn of events is that Ramza, our main character here, had saved a princess that was in a monastery. Hell yeah, you currently have a human job eating breakfast, and this is a good background noise. Awesome, thank you. Well, here's a little background lore dump. Ramza here, he rescued a princess, or he helped rescue a princess that was supposed to be abducted and or assassinated, and to try and save her, he brought her to a monastery that was supposed to be a safe spot, but they turned out to not be entirely safe. And the cardinal of this monastery used a stone to turn into an eldritch god monster that we as the party managed to defeat, and that is why a confessor has now come by to be like, turn yourself in, or else we'll put you to death. So hence why we are fighting here now. I'll give you more detailed explanations though after this fight, and the ad break is starting in about 30 seconds. Did my weapon get rent? Oh, son of a bitch, it likely did. No, and I'm losing my buffs. Well, that sucks. Oh no. Wait, why was she down there? Alright, well, ad break's about to start, so 3 minutes and then an hour of no pre-rolls after, so hydrate, stretch, do whatever you need to do, and we'll be right back. And we're back. Thank you for your patience. Yeah, shop before baby daddy like it's Shein. Yeah, like ads on Twitch are such a weird deal. Like, I talk about the boner lotion a lot, too, as far as, like, bizarre... Like, one of those other things that's just a really bizarre idea of an ad that I didn't expect to ever see. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I've talked about it before, and I'll say it again because it's so weird that this was a thing that, you know, that people signed off to have on Twitch. That to help apparently with erectile dysfunction, Twitch thought it was a good idea to have ads play on their platform about a lotion that guys could take to help with erectile dysfunction. It was supposed to be gamer-oriented, considering that, you know, they had games, they had, like, gamers being the focus of the ad, and I'm like, what in the hell is going on here? What's he doing?
I thank you.
Oh! This idiot just healed everybody! Wait, why are you... Oh.
Thanks.
Oh! I was so confused. I was like, why is she attacking my thief? Gamer Boner is the most marginalized feature of our society. Yeah. It's like that Batman Beyond clip. It's time for the rising up of the most marginalized people of all, gamers. If you don't know what that clip is, and if you don't know Batman Beyond, it's just from one of the episodes where a nerd gains superpowers, which... Funnily enough, it's not the only episode I can remember from Batman Beyond where a nerd gains superpowers and uses it as a means of revenge. I remember very distinctly there was an episode about a kid who had a dad that was working in heavy machinery, and through, I think, like static electricity, he gained the ability to control one of the larger construction droids? Robots. And it was just this whole thing of like the nerds getting attention from the popular girl because her jock boyfriend cares more about his car than her, and this poor nerd kid is still getting beat up. Like, he's getting beat up more now that he's gaining attention from the popular girl. All I know is just that I really hope someday we could reach a point in the future where we could actually use the term shui from Batman Beyond. Like, make that the term. God, I really do not like jump. Like, it's not... Like, unless I have a skill that proves well with it, it's just not going to do well. Also, with the lack of a spear, I am not certain about the survivability with this right now. Speaking of random stuff I saw recently, so there is a,
For justice, my soul burns. With fury, my fists roar. Pummel!
There was a video I saw recently where, this lady who's a fashion expert had talked about the trend of seeing video game protagonists or characters, specifically male game protagonists and characters, and how their fashion and general design work has kind of gone more like practical yet really, really dull in recent years. And that kind of got me thinking about like how fashion, and she brought it up as kind of a general discussion about men's fashion in the world at large, not just in video games, but, you know, art imitates life situation of like, oh, men's fashion nowadays is just really more boring and conservative. And we're not talking about just in like, oh, it's high fashion. It's not just like high fashion's more liberal in terms of how men are dressing there. But if we're talking like average John Doe guy that's just, you know, walking down the streets of, or walking down the aisles of his grocery store, you know, they're all dressed in what many would consider a very boring outfit. Also, I may have to restart this fight, because I've had some bad strings of luck here, and the loss of a spear for my Dragoon like Ramza would suck. And I don't know, it just got me thinking about, like, what the notion of fashion for that kind of situation is like. Yeah, fuck it, I'm just gonna change formation and redo this. And I went into the comments, which already is already a really like big eyebrow raise, because more often than not, going into the comment sections of YouTube videos has usually never resulted in a good time for any parties involved, because you end up with some real, like, as many insightful conversations as you could potentially have. A lot of times other conversations you see are just some of the most, like, bullshittery conversations ever, and also infuriating that, you know, human beings can think the things they think and then put them in a comment section. Like, it's bad at points, but again, I just got curious about what the comment sections there was like. And the first thing I'd say is the comment sections were actually very respectful towards the idea of the subject. And the second is that a common thing that was pointed out in that video was like men not typically dressing lately how you would see them in outfits in like the 70s or so because of, you know, insecurity. And I'm not going to say that that's not part of it, because I understand that perspective. I genuinely understand that idea and perspective, where some men just, you know, due to you know, Joker quote here, society. They just don't because of insecurities about how they're perceived by others, because of good old-fashioned homophobia due to society. But the other problems that I'd seen pointed out in the comments sections is that it also can come down to, like, economic standpoints and also the weather. Like, would dressing in layered shirts be a fun little revival of the 2000s? Yes. Would I recommend it in 90s to 100 degree weather? Fuck no. Fuck no. And then there's also the matter of, like, hey, you may see a shirt that looks really cool and would fit a style that you really like, but then you see the price tag and then realize, oh fuck, that's an entire grocery trip in the that's summed up in a pair of jeans. Is it worth it to get those just so you feel fancy? Now, or at the very least feel more fashionable. Now that's mitigated somewhat with the notion of thrifting. Like, I myself, I've gone thrifting a number of times and have found a lot of really cool clothes that I, you know, wear on occasion whenever I'm going out. Mostly some of them are jackets, because I am, after all, a Midwesterner at heart and I can't go without a cool jacket. But it just got me thinking on, like, yeah, like, I wish a lot of people could be able to dress into their heart's content in that sense. Like 90% of my clothes are thrifted. Thrifting's fucking awesome. I love thrift shopping. I got a food processor for like $22 from a thrift store. I got a fucking, it's shabby and cheap, but I got another bookshelf recently that I can now store more of my books from a thrift store for like $25. The desk that I have my PC on, or the desk that I have my monitor on for my setup, both the top of it and the desk part itself I got from a thrift store for $30. And by the by, this isn't one of those fancy, like, motorized standing desks, but this is a Vera desk top on my desk. This thing that I got, I looked it up. This thing's like $300 new. Went through thrifting a few weeks ago and got an entire dining room table, beautiful solid wood, 6-seater, $170. We want to talk about thrift finds. I've told you this before, Lilith, but I found a manga magazine, a pulp seinen manga magazine from 1998, I believe, that has, like, chapters from mangas like Banana Fish in there. Just a random old manga magazine from Viz Media back in the late 90s, just at Goodwill out of nowhere. And I'm like, how the fuck did this end up here? You find the craziest shit thrifting. So yes, I love thrifting. Thrifting's fun. It's a shame that my apartment is not large enough to accommodate more things, because I would be thrifting a lot more often. But I loved when you find the most random stuff at thrift stores. Yeah, like, we lost a baddie. So the other thing that I had thought is, like, if I, unrestrained, got to dress however I pleased, I think I would know the first thing that I would do. So, did I ever tell you all that I own a twin-tail coat? Like a classical butler-style twin-tail coat that, you know, flares out at the bottom and then stops at your torso. Like, think Black Butler. It's not as sharp as Sebastian's in that, but it's roughly the same style. Did I ever tell y'all that I have that? I found an unused, fully sealed body pillowcase. Oh. Croco, what the hell? That is a weird find. God, I might go thrifting again this weekend. Or tomorrow. I'll see how I feel. Love your fancy little coat. So, the story behind it actually is really funny. I was actually at my grandma's place. I was helping her move. I was there with my dad. Because, you know, my grandma just wanted to move into a place where she did not have as much difficulties moving around her living spaces, which is totally fair. She lives in a very nice little one-bedroom apartment now. And my dad and I were just helping her move stuff, and also she was giving us the day bed she had in her old home because my folks wanted another bedding to use in case guests came over. Very fair deal. So we're helping move this. We get the daybed in my dad's truck, and then my grandma then asks, "Hey, if there's anything else y'all want, just make sure to grab it. You know, feel free to take it." And I'm like, okay. I search around, and I see that she has this twin-tail coat, complete with a vest. And I was like, where did you get this? And the thing is, it's not that she had that. This coat was made in Helsinki, Finland, and dates back to 1930s, like to the 1930s make. It's pre-World War II. And I was like, where did you find a pre-World War II black tailcoat? And she said she got it from an estate sale. And the details of it is that she got it from an estate sale, and the original owner came to America and worked at a very fancy hotel in the capital of the state, and they just had a really strict dress code back then. So it just so happened to work out, and somehow the estate sale had it end up in her area. And I'm like, that's fucking wild. So yes, I am now the owner of that. And not only am I the owner of that, I tried it on recently, and it still fits me. Like, it actually fits me like a glove, the coat at least. I need to find matching pants for it, but yeah, imagine that is the fashion thing that I could do. It was made for you. It was made for me. So yeah, that was just a very random find. And I think of stuff like that, and I think of other potential, like, interesting finds that you see in thrift stores, or maybe like old fashion trends from decades back in terms of what people wore and how really boring a lot of men's fashion is. Like, that's something that artists have pointed out before too, where one art YouTuber I actually watch is Jinja Ninja OWO, and they had essentially pointed out how when they were designing male characters for, I think, like an Eevee Jijinka video, they essentially said, like, it's kind of sad how boring men's fashion is, and they did at least get to think up some ideas for fashion for the outfits for them. And I'm like, yeah, I'll admit it. As much as I like a nice graphic tee that gets the point across, I will admit it. I look at a lot of what the men's sections of clothing stores is like, and it's like, wow, this is really boring. Like, nothing wild in terms of colors or patterns. No interesting layerings of shirts. So yeah, it's interesting to see that trend be reflected in video games. So it's been pointed out now, so yeah, I recommend the video. If you want to see the video yourself, the video is from, oh cool, Tinnitus, wonderful. Where is it? It was over here. Where's the video? From Clover Girly. Let me type her channel out. That's the name of her channel. She does a lot of different fashion videos for video games and stuff, like pointing out the fashion history and inspirations behind some games as far as how their look is. She's done all sorts of games, from Bloodborne to Devil May Cry to Final Fantasy. Just noting the influences of fashion from our real world into video games, and, you know, where they end up making the designs look. Like, I remember one of the videos I watched from her was her comparing the designs of Dante throughout the Devil May Cry series, as well as the other characters, in conjunction with, like, their first appearance up to modern incarnations. So yeah, I recommend her stuff. She's really cool. I think Agrias would be a good idea to have on here. And there we go. I think that should work.
To battle.
I've seen some of her work. I love talking about fashion. I'm looking to probably update my drip, if I were to borrow a modern term. if I may be permitted. And one of the things that I hope to probably attempt on getting better at with fashion is to just kind of get better at coordinating outfits, not just finding a cool graphic tee that looks good with jeans, but to think like, oh, this pattern or this color would look good with this color of jacket. Or maybe just figuring out my particular style, or helping other people figure out their particular style. Like, I recently found a thrift find where it was like a leather jacket, but had a hoodie kind of sewn inside of it. So it's like a leather jacket hoodie fusion. I've never seen that before. And that was perfectly my size, and I was like, all right, sold. There we go. And then I proceeded to go grab a DVD of The Snowman from the DVD section because that short film made me cry. And it's also a really good Christmas tradition movie. All right, so with the new party arrangement, we are going to move all y'all up here.
I will not run.
Yeah, other things I've been doing recently is looking up recipes to do for the week, because
I must believe in myself.
I'm getting kind of tired of doing curry week after week as far as recipe making is concerned. So I did a little looking around, and I found a recipe that I'm going to plan on making this weekend that calls for a green lentil chili. Now, I love me good chili, so that got me to raise my eyebrow Dwayne The Rock Johnson style, and I'm very intrigued about trying that. Because, considering the prices of meats nowadays, having a alternative with lentils, which are way, way cheaper, is really, really handy. Like, I mentioned this before on Blue Sky, but one of the fun things about having moved out and striking out on my own and everything is learning how to cook for myself and finding recipes and ingredients that I otherwise wouldn't have tried and ended up really liking. Like, because when I lived with my parents, my dad was mostly the cook. And, I love my family, and they were fully supportive of me moving out and everything. But I was always wanting to go like, oh man, I want to try this recipe that I found, but I don't know whether or not my rest of my family would be up for that, So, getting to experiment has been very fun. And also, I get to now adorn my walls with all of the art that I've accrued across different cons I've gone to. That's usually always the benefit about getting your own space. You get to make it look however you please. Within reason for your landlord. Like, the sad thing is that I can't do a fun thing of, like, painting the walls magenta or something. I don't think that's within my apartment's policies. Tragically.
Where am I needed?
Alright, so... You know what? If my objective is to just completely go up against the Confessor, maybe I should have my Dragoon go after him first. Yeah, that might be the idea. Alright, thankfully it does not look like we're really hurting on damage. There we go. Thank God for shield parries. Like, that's something that I find really nice whenever a RPG actually takes into consideration the shields that you're using, outside of them just being a defense boost. Because, like, I'm not going to say that it's not... I'm not going to say that every RPG out there should have block mechanics or parries, but I will say that it is nice whenever I would be going through a playthrough of Dragon Quest IX and then there's just a nice chance that anytime a character that has a shield gets to use the shield. Because I don't remember that being a thing for Dragon Quest XI. And I love that game, do not mistake me, but, you know, it's nice when you actually get utilization out of equipment like that. Alright, you're gonna go cast that.
Justice will serve.
Makes me kind of hope that for when Dragon Quest XII comes out, they actually also do shield mechanics for that as well. Wait, did I select unit or tile? You're getting out of there. I don't remember if I selected unit or tile.
My turn.
Yeah, if I didn't select tile, then I don't want Ramza to get thunderstruck. Ow! Holy shit! Miss Lacane, thank you for the raid!
This cannot be.
Scared the shit out of me. Hello! Raiders, welcome! For those that don't know who I am, my name's Will. I am a half-elf on the internet that does a lot of variety content with video games, and right now we are playing through Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ivalice Chronicles remake that came out last year. I'm a bit slowed on the uptake on this one, but I'm very much enjoying my time here. Snap recommended to stop by? Awesome! Well, thank you so much for the raid. For anybody that is raiding in, if you have to raid and run, I totally understand, but for those that want to stick around, welcome. We're just kind of talking around a little bit about stuff, be it fashion, meal prep recipes, and whether or not all RPGs should have the idea of doing blocking mechanics for shield equipment. Just any kind of subject we tend to really talk about a little bit. We're very casual here. Alright, this should take out these guys. Wonderful. Oh dear God. Oh, okay. Thank God. He's only just doing a revive. Wonderful. And so we're just gonna go straight. Shields in this game do be a bitch at times. Yeah, I chalk it up to just the classic problem of RPGs of any capacity having that random chance of like, hey, here's a random chance of the enemy getting to do more shield blocks than you do. Like, I'm not expecting all the results to skew in my favor because that would be very unfair, but it's never fun when, you know, you've got basically the same kinds of equipment and then the enemy just somehow gets more blocks than you do, or much higher than it says. Yeah, it really feels like that. Grab some dinner, we'll be watching. Awesome, hope you have a good dinner. Actually, I had dinner earlier, and so I'm all fed up and ready to beat up a High Confessor. He says as one of his units immediately goes down. Oh God. I think my hubris might be showing here. Yeah. I think we're gonna need to change formations on this. And yeah, I'm no stranger to really stupid RPG chances just completely pulling the chair out from under me. Let's see, like, how many times have y'all ever played a Pokemon game and then you've had your supposed, quote, 50-50 confusion chance hit more often than lets your Pokemon's attack go through? Like, truly, how many times have you ever had that happen? It's ridiculous. Or when a one-hit KO Pokemon attack move hits you, and you may have used up all the PP in that particular one-hit KO move, and never hit once.
Very well.
And also, yes, I do have a ridiculous amount of chocobos, and I'm not sure what to do about it. Because, like, I can release the chocobos, but then I feel the same kind of guilty pang in my chest that I did whenever I would release a Chow from Sonic Adventure 2 way back when. And if y'all know what I mean, or if you don't know what I mean, in Sonic Adventure 2, whenever you'd go to the Chow Gardens, you had the chance to release a Chow if you had too many in your garden, but the problem is, as a sensitive kid, you go over to that Chow release station and you put the Chow there, or at the very least you step on the Chow platform, and this really sad piano track plays while the Chow's got like a knapsack on a stick over its shoulder, and yeah, sensitive little Will did not like that. That felt especially cruel towards me in particular. Banana yogurt with a bit of cereal sprinkled on top. Oh, Lilith, you're speaking after my heart. I love to do yogurt with granola and berries myself. Not the bindle. Yeah, not the bindle of stuff. Yeah, that's like the same level of just sad, emotional gut punching as, like, I don't even know what would be a recent example. Okay, do I want... You know what? I think it'd be a bad idea to change him to a summoner. He's perfect as is right now. So let's try it with him without being a summoner and see where that takes us. I have more units. They're just on those errands in the in like the hubs. If a game has a mechanic that involves forging a friendship with a creature, but you have to release or get rid of that creature in some way, I'm not going to engage with that mechanic. Same, especially if they make you feel sad for engaging in said mechanic. Like, imagine if I think it was in the Lou Ferrigno Hulk series. Imagine if that piano track from the Lou Ferrigno Hulk series where he's like having to walk back and like hitchhike for a ride. Imagine if that piano track played anytime you ever had to release a Pokemon. Everybody's PCs would be filled up. Not one PC in any Pokemon game would ever be empty.
Justice will be served.
Some farming sims rely on building a relationship with your animals and breeding them to make animals. Yeah, oh yeah, having to release farm animals. I'm in that conundrum with Fields of Mystria, because like, I'm gonna be running out of space at some point, and I want to be able to get more types of farm animals, and I'm like, I don't want to sell my animals. The money's not even that worth it. I make more money selling my crops and stuff than I would be selling my animals. But I'm limited on space here. Why would you do this to me? Actually, speaking of farming sims, so a little bit ago, the Blue Sky account for Fields of Mystria had done a little tease of what I assume will be the full release trailer for that game when it releases next Wednesday, I think? Is it Wednesday? When did they say the 1.0 was coming? I know it's next week, but I forget the exact day. August 5th. Okay, I thought it was the 5th. So, fair to say, I'm excited for that, and as for who I'll be romancing in Mystria, I've been on Team Valen from day one. That is non-negotiable for me. I'm gonna actually have my Chocobo up here for funsies, because once those knights and monks come close, we can rain meteors down. Alright. So with this done, I think I've played since the last update, so I have a lot of new content. Yeah. Okay, so doing YouTube video playthrough. Yeah, I remember that. I remember you mentioned that you were wanting to do like a YouTube kind of documenting playthrough of your time in Mystria. Which I assume probably with the 1.0 coming out next week, we're likely going to see a lot more of, because typically farm sims usually have a larger uptick in player base whenever the 1.0 comes out of it. Like, think of all early access games that have gotten like massive amounts of press and praise after their 1.0's released. Everyone wants to watch me smashing rocks and wasting time fishing. I mean, they're oddly engaging, you know? They're very engaging, especially as good background noise. Like, do not ever underestimate the power of good background noise. Hell, some of y'all are probably eating dinner while watching YouTube videos a lot. I do it. Like, sometimes I'm just endlessly scrolling on Blue Sky while I'm eating my dinner. I'm calling myself out on this. I'm not shaming y'all. I do it too. All right. So you mentioned, Lilith, about the notion of like not playing the latest versions of Fields of Mystria lately. Watching 4-hour Let's Plays of Sims 1 with no commentary. Yeah. That kind of nice ambient nostalgic feel. I get that too. Love no commentary playthroughs. Went through a lot of those as a teenager. So regarding the notions on early access, for anybody that does play through early access games, do you all ever do the thing of like you play it a few times in early access and then you stop to not burn yourself out? Or do you play every major update? Like, are you on and off, or are you just all in on it? Because in the past, with early access games, I definitely have gone all in on that and burned myself out on the content, and it's been fine for some games, but not so fine for others, in terms of how it made me feel with the final release. So I was just kind of curious about you all, if you play games in early access. Because a lot of times when it comes to early access games, I've encountered ones where they were probably just no more than what one would typify as a demo. There was this Metroidvania that released, what was it, 2018? When did that game come out? When did that D-Lit in the Wonder Labyrinth game come out? Came out 2021. Oh my god, 5 years ago? Oh. Okay. I bring that game up specifically because that game had a demo that went into an early access version, but the early access version felt more like a demo, and I was... because, like, it had cutoff points where it went like, oh, hey, you've reached the end of this particular section. Wait for the next update. And I'm like, I'd honestly preferred it was just a demo where you had a stop-off point and then you just wait for the full release. Like, I understand not every early access style game is going to be like Hades, but some genres of game I feel fit better for the early access formula than others. You know? It's just one of those things where you get, like, some games are not going to be as good of a fit versus others. I got scared and thought she was going to kill my chocobo, but I forgot she had the healing staff. Now I want you to... yeah. Let's do that. There we go. And then I'm going to have you move back up here so that this guy doesn't gain access. It's a lot of buffs lost, but that's okay. Oh, God. Oh, that could have ended really poorly. Oh, my God. Oh, thank you. Wait. Lacks any usable ability. Oh. Oh. My weapon. Oh, the weapon got rent. Oh, no. And she can't do Judgment Blade or... Oh, no. Man, fighting knights can sometimes be really scary in this game. I'll have you wait then. And... move you there, do that. And then you there. And then Ramza can finish that guy off. But... can I do a jump? No. What I will do, though... actually, no, that'd be a really bad idea. Agrias doesn't have re-equip on her, doesn't she? Wow, in instances like this, I really wish I did have that skill for everybody. And the Knight and the Monk are next after this. And then... like, we're not doing horribly, but... I'm gonna move you up here. Well, no. No. No, I'm keeping you here. Failed to rend. Take that. Now, do I bonk him on the head, or do I... can I even reach him with... never... doesn't matter. Low on MP, doesn't matter. Alright. Ow. It's fine. We've got Chocobo Meteor and... please do not make this guy Magic Pixel.
Justice will be served.
Please, God, no. I cannot afford having a Magic Pixel enemy like this. No! Oh, God. Okay, how much damage does she do? Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay. This is a fine conundrum I'm in. This is a very, very fine conundrum. Oh no. I think my luck's starting to turn really south here, people. This is not turning out well. Yeah. Yeah, because our Dragoon can't even use Ethers. So I basically have to have the... Alright, this will give me a chance to at least see if Agrias has got the re-equip skill. If she doesn't, then I might need to look to see if she's got it. Because having her on and having those skills with Judgment Blade are really nice. Do you have it? You don't need JP boost. You do! Awesome. Wonderful. So she can use it. Why do you not have headgear? It'd probably really help if she actually had headgear on. Now. You, and then our mage, and then Dragoon.
Say so.
At the ready.
That should work fine, I think.
Ramza, wait!
Alright, we're just gonna skip the cutscene. I can understand why they probably wouldn't have a dedicated skip cutscene button, considering there's cutscenes in mid-battle that happen a lot, but I don't know. For convenience sake, it'd be nice to at least have, like, pre-battle skip cutscene button. Oh! You know what's a real pet peeve of mine sometimes in games? Is whenever a game does have a skip cutscene button, but, like, it doesn't, it sometimes will just not prompt you on if you're skipping a button, or to skip a cutscene or not. You ever experienced that where, like, maybe you hit a button on accident or something because, I don't know, like you just hit it on accident and then suddenly, boom, you just skip the cutscene out of nowhere? Kind of ends up with that Yakuza 7 meme of, like, never skipping a cutscene again, and it's the scene near the beginning of the game where Ichi gets shot, and then it cuts immediately to him playing Dragon Kart. That's what it can feel like, especially if you didn't mean to skip the cutscene. I've had that happen a lot. Like, there's a lot of pet peeves that I can have in video games, and that in particular is one of them. Alright, I'm gonna have you conserve your MP. I'm gonna have this. Don't cite the magic of throwing rocks. I was there when it was written. Alright. Oh, actually, fun little other thing that has been happened lately. So, I recently finished the book Legendborn, which I really enjoyed that book. I heard a lot of good things about it, and I ended up enjoying that book a lot. Very, very fun book. Very good book. It's about a girl named Bree who gets accepted into... wait, what the hell? What is your equipment? Wait, how come you healed then? What was that? Did that guy have equipment that... Oh! Okay, wow. Alright, good to know that. Alright, good thing I did not select that automatically. Anyway, Legendborn. About a girl named Bree who begins to attend a school after she learned that her mom, who had passed away, went to it, and is more or less trying to find the reasons as to her passing, because she believes that there's a deeper conspiracy regarding the circumstances of her death. And
Where to?
Through events of weird means, she ends up being enrolled into a special house where members of an order have taken it upon themselves to act as a demonic fighting force against the forces of the underworld in the style of Arthur's Round Table. So, very intriguing notion. Very intriguing story, really nice characters, very good themes. Would recommend. So, good audiobook too. Really love the narrator. Currently, I did actually start Daughters of War by Chris Bulleman, and if you don't know Chris Bulleman, he wrote the book Between Two Fires, which is a book that I've seen a lot of praise of, and very understandable praise. I've listened to it, it's great. And Daughters of War is one of his recent releases, and so far, it's also looking to be another feather in his cap. The story about that one is, it's about a soldier who is documenting her war versus a army of goblins? And the way that it's told is kind of like how she's dictating it like a campfire story. which I find really cool because I don't often see a lot of books doing second-person perspectives, and I think that it's being pulled off very nicely. So, yeah, that's the literature that I've been getting into recently. Because as somebody that works on a job that has me more or less by myself, I listen to audiobooks to pass the time, and also because audiobooks are actually quite fun. And I've ended up getting to listen to some really good stories, and I like getting to talk about these kinds of things and share books with people.
What to do?
And plus, also, audiobooks and books in general, be it comics, webcomics, and everything, have been relatively nice as a reprieve versus most of the bullshit around modern media and the horrible ways that that animation and filmmaking has just been treating the people involved in it. Like, it's... Like, have you all heard about the, I think it was like the Battlefield 6 team getting completely shafted with layoffs, and then the CEO got a huge pay bonus afterwards? Like, I understand that books are definitely not perfect as far as, like, how that industry is treated, but it's been nice to experience that when there's a lot of other mediums that seem to be just hard to really see the good sides of lately. And plus, it's always nice to be able to listen to a good book, or read, however you choose to experience your stories, because audiobooks, I would say, count as reading. All right. Ramza, can you reach from that with jump? No, I didn't think so. You will do this, though. And then... Okay, this is turning out far more smoothly.
Right. Power.
Hey, got silenced. I don't know if that really affects his ability to do Ren skills, though. How come his arises don't miss? Because I've had arises, I've had healing skills miss. Like, I've had buffing and reviving skills miss in this game. But this game can be mean. Alright, wait.
Know you not what you do, Ramza Beowulf? Your violence against us is as violence against the gods. But it is not too late. Repent of your sins. Repent and be spared.
You accuse me of heresy, but why? What have I done?
You slew Cardinal Delacroix to gain the auracite he held and offer it to whatever hellspawn you profane to call a god. If that is not heresy, then pray tell what is.
You could not be more wrong. The legends of your holy auracite are lies. The stones contain the power of evil. Cardinal Delacroix knew this. Knew about the power within the stone he held, and he unleashed it, and was transformed into one of the Lucavi.
Is it not enough that you murdered Cardinal Delacroix? Must you now slander his name as well?
You don't understand. He looked like an evil fusion of Oogie Boogie from Nightmare Before Christmas and Sackboy from the Little Big Planet series. What the hell is Little Big Planet?
More's the pity. You will only see the name Beowulf washed away in tears.
I really do like the voice acting in this game. Like, I have to wonder how different the War of the Lions translation of like the War of the Lions translation may be different versus this, considering that we have 2 versions of this game to play. But, I mean, I'm genuinely wondering, like, how different is the localization, and am I willing to forego the voice acting with that? Because this voice acting's really good. Alright. Actually, here's a question for you all. For anybody, you know, that is interested. In terms of voice acting, is there ever a character... Oh no! Well, fuck.
Confessor Zalmor, 'tis I, Agrius Oaks of the Lion's Guard. Do you remember me?
That I do, my lady. Yet why does the scion of House Oaks fight beside a wanted heretic?
Oh! Bringing her in was a really good idea!
It makes for a long tale, but know that I have just reasons for joining with him. Such matters aside, Ramza Beowulf is no heretic. That which he speaks is the truth.
The truth? You too would claim that the Cardinal became a Lucavi? Obscene! Even should such demons exist, they could never tempt a pious man such as His Eminence. The heretic deceives Lady Agrius. That is the only explanation. He is a cunning one indeed.
Okay. The question I was going to ask was, is there a casting, be it in a video game, an anime, cartoon, or what have you, where you just... Oh god. Oh right, he moved... Oops. Where, like, there is a cast member that is inseparable from the character that they played in a positive way. Like, you just can't associate a character without that voice in any way whatsoever. Like, they got it right with whoever they casted.
I'll do what I can.
Because there's been a lot of... I'm feeling kind of that with Ramza's VA. He's really good. Like, he plays this very... he plays this very naive yet understanding air about him.
How can this be?
There we go. Alright, match done.
Heretics who profane the gods must still face their justice. You will yet meet yours!
Like, on top of Ramza's VA being a good fit for him, I would also put up Ben Starr for Final Fantasy 16. Easy choice, but I can't not think of Ben Starr when I see Clive Final Fantasy now. Him or his slim waist.
All right, both of us.
Thankfully. But please, no more needless risks.
Actually, speaking of Ben Starr, he's in this game.
None of this makes sense. How could the Office of Inquisition have learned of the Aura site? Could the Church of Glabados be the one supporting Delita?
Ramza, you mentioned Aurasite. Have you truly seen the stones from the fables?
Sorry, I didn't mean to skip that.
If Aurasite is real, then I think I may have seen it once too.
What? Where?
First, you have to promise that you'll take me with you.
You persist in this. Do you think I would risk putting you in such peril again? I will not take you with me.
Then I have nothing more to say.
Do not act the child. Your very life is in danger.
I should think it is. I've acted against the Office of Inquisition.
That is true. That is true. She did assist Ramza in fighting the Inquisition. Also, the ad break is about to start in 30 seconds, so... yeah, we're gonna go into 3 minutes of ads with an hour of no pre-rolls after, so... be sure to get yourself some water, hydrate, do whatever you need to do, stretch, and we'll be right back. And we're back. Thank you for your patience. Alright. So... what is the deal? She saw a Zodiac Stone.
Surely I too am a heretic in their eyes. They will come for me as they do you. And when they do you think Dice Dog will protect me? He would never do anything that might endanger House Beowulf.
No, I'm sure our dear brother would not. But you cannot come with me. The danger is too great.
Who? I'm looking it up. This is gonna bug me. Who did the voice of Ramza? Is there not a... Hold on. There we go. Joe Pitts. Who have you voiced? Oh. Only 2 other credits so far. Yulian from Kazan, the first Berserker Kazan, and Cyrus from Xenoblade 3. Okay. Alright. Always interesting to look this stuff up.
You must explain everything to Zalbarg, and bid him beg the forgiveness of the church. For you, at least, it is not too late.
The one I saw. It was in Aubon. A crystal, engraved with the mark of the Virgin Maid.
Virgo. I must reach it before they do. Thank you, Alma. Now go to Zalbarg and do as I have said.
And just how do you think to enter the monastery? You're a heretic, remember?
True. I would not be welcome in the church's halls.
So you need me after all?
Fine, but only until we reach Aubon. When it is done, you will return to Zalbarg.
I promise.
I will hold you to it.
Oh, I like the... As I said, I love the little details
Let's be on our
in
way.
the overworld sprites for cutscenes where, like, briefly you saw Ramza being, like, intense, being like, hey, I hope you do hold... I'm holding you to that, and she just kind of stepped back a little bit. Like, little details. Love that. Anytime something in animation just includes those kinds of ideas and little bits of characterization for cutscenes, it makes me smile, because it just shows that the people that made this just had such love and care. Alright.
Greetings.
Ooh, new stuff from the Outfitter. What have we got? Bestiary. Sure, we'll take a couple of those. Now, I may not be the biggest weapons expert, but that doesn't look like a fan. Like, unless I... No, that doesn't look like a fan to me. I'll buy it, but it doesn't look like a fan. Ame no Murakumo. Let's see. I'll just buy one. Because I'm not picturing... Kunai? Oh, right. Yeah, ninjas are in this game.
Thank you.
I'll buy one of those. Why not? Flail of Flame. Ooh, wait, hold on. That's kind of good. Who can equip that? Ninjas and squires? Really?
May I help with all I away?
Wow, sounds like I'm really going to have somebody be a squire again.
Want to earn some gil?
All right, report ready. Yes, Lilith and Combo, I sent them both out on missions.
You've some news from an errand. Right then, tell us how it went.
Prepare to be amazed, for we have achieved the impossible.
You did it, Lilith! The Merchant Council of Dorder sponsored a second contest to discover a lost ruin in a far-flung corridor of Ivalice. There were even more participants than before, and a challenge to the rules allowed the use of transport, or change to the rules allowed the use of transport, which greatly increased the range of the search. We rented a chocobo and a carriage not far from the starting point and succeeded in finding a magnificent ancient wonder.
Does any man doubt us now? I'd have all know what we've achieved.
During the journey, we stumbled upon a location of great mystery. It was a sight I shall never forget.
Phantom Train. Okay. The Phantom Train became known for its primary purpose during an ancient age of war. The transportation of battalions of the ghastly enthralled, a race of artificial monsters. It is also called the Chariot of the Damned.
Quite the find you've come across.
Ooh.
A lost ancient wonder, no less. I'd consider that a job well done.
That's a lot of job points. All right, and
Need
that's
anything else? Come back
still going in progress. Ooh, we have another errand.
Want to earn some gil?
A third one.
Who you sending?
Well, Lilith Combo, you're about to go out again. And I'm going to send the archer out this
How
time.
long will you permit for this? Anyone?
15
I'll
days. Let's do that.
Need anything? Thank you.
It's a really good way to earn some money and job points for characters that may not have the most amount of job points available. Actually, speaking of job points.
Right.
I'm going to get a vertical jump because with only horizontal jumps, Ramza's got very limited mobility in terms of attacking other units. And Gustan. Do I change to summoner now? Probably not. Given the momentum of job points I'm earning, maybe I should hold off until I can learn Flare. Casting speed. Oh, that MP cost. Or I could teach him Power Word Kill. But horizontal range. Oh. Get Flare or get Death? How much did Death cost? 24 versus 6. Like, he doesn't even have enough MP to cast Flare if I got it for him. I'm gonna hold off because I know I wanted to make him a summoner in the first place. Alicia, you're level 2, and I was gonna make you Dragoon next, so you got 2 more levels before I can change you out. Because I was gonna make her a Samurai. Same with Kennard here.
No problem.
Let me change the Thief now, and I think I can do that.
This'll work.
Question is... Oh, Heavy Armored Thief. Oh, that's funny. The most defense tanky thief ever. Oh god, I have so many chocobos. Oh, wait, hold on. Agrius. You're fine. Mustadio?
Yes?
Yes, you needed different armor. Okay. Because I want to have him on this next mission, and I did not want to leave him hanging equipment-wise. Like, that's the like, oh no.
Simon!
Oh.
Be strong, Elder. Speak to me.
Lady Alma, what are you doing here?
God be good. Who did this to you?
You must leave this place at once, child. It is not safe.
It was horrible. They came in and ransacked the entire place. They stole my entire collection of Vinland Saga. They also stole my entire One Piece collection. They took my life-size Luffy figure, Alma. He's to be king of the pirates, Alma.
The men have come seeking the stone.
A Zodiac stone. Then it is as Alma said.
The Virgo stone is one of the crown jewels of Ivalice. It was given into our keeping when Lady Ivalice was brought here for her fosterage, as proof of her royalty.
And the ones come to take it, who are they?
You are Alma's elder brother? Ramza Beowulf? I beg you, my son, leave them be. Block their way and they will only cut you down.
Where's the bloody stone? Have patience. It's here somewhere. We need only look harder. Come, this leads to the lower vaults.
Elder, the church hunts me for the death of Cardinal Delacroix. They have branded me a heretic. Am I to assume the stones I now possess are the reason? Are the men who seek them behind all this? Who are they? Please, I must know.
Very well. You are caught in a web, Ramza. And the spider who spins it is the Church's highest authority. High Confessor Marcel himself. He and his followers seek to restore the Church to prominence. They have set Dukes Larg and Goltana against one another in the war's wake, that the people might grow wearier still of conflict.
Yep.
I see. The longer the fighting lasts, the weaker the Dukes become. And the more the people lose their faith in the crown.
So then they'll bring their faith to the Church, who then has their Zodiac stones at the ready. Yup.
This would allow the High Confessor to further his influence.
Gathering the stones is part of that endeavor. He seeks to form the Zodiac Braves anew.
And in so doing, he would win the adoration of the masses. But Elder, the Cardinal used his stone to infuse himself with the strength of the Lucavi. If that is the true power of the Zodiac stones, then it is a terrifying thing indeed.
The High Confessor also craves might. As terrifying as you say it is, that power too may be his object. The power to rival entire armies. Ramza, you are unlike your brothers. You remind me a great deal more of your late Lord Father. You may well have what is needed to put a stop to the High Confessor's ambitions.
Wait here. I'm going after them.
And I with you.
We cannot leave Elder Simon here alone. Find a safe place to hide. Wait there with him until I return.
No, it's fine. Leave me be. I'll catch up on suitor armor. I hear that apparently it's being worked on again.
I'll leave the stones with you, lest the worst befall me.
Then I'll cast them into the Bugros Sea. I trust that will suffice. It pains me that I can do no more at times like this. How I wish I'd been born a man like you.
Come now, Alma. You have a strength all your own. I would be lost without you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, never doubt the abilities that she's got to buff Ramza. Like, did you see how many buffs she gave him in that last fight?
Ramza.
She's awesome. I love buffer. Like, buffing's great.
Now, take Elder Simon to safety.
Guest acquired, guest departed. Probably could have also... Oh, we have a consecutive fight. Okay, so it's 2 fights. I guess we'll see how these go. Okay, so we don't really see how our party arrangement's looking. I have a feeling an archer here would be a good idea. He says, as he just remembers, that he put his archer in... Alright.
I won't disappoint.
I was gonna have Mustadio here in the first place. Should be fine. Oh, was it level 5 for... Yeah. Alright, level 4 for... You know what? What am I gonna get with level 4 mist? No. I shouldn't be finding that out in the story mission. That's a really bad idea. Never a good idea to have ideas of grinding in the midst of a story mission. That's how you end up with a bad round. Florence could use the experience. And... I think... have our Dragoon out. Actually, wait, no, she's... No, yeah. She needs more jump experience so she can learn jump skills. Because Ramza's now got enough jump skills. Oh no, we're fighting Dragoons!
Until I return. Understood, sir.
The crest of the Knights Templar. So they act for the High Confessor. Formidable though they may be, we cannot back down. They are the ones behind this war. We put them to rout. No matter what, we must protect the stone.
If there's something that I really appreciate regarding this game is that it has so far been very embroiled in the notions of its own, in like the themes of its own politics regarding like the story itself so far. Yeah, I figured that'd happen. What if I did a leg shot? Of course. The arm and leg shots have really been unreliable for me. Now, what if I were to do preemptive cura for multiple enemies? There we go. All right, better. And then I'm gonna hold off, actually. You go back here.
Come on.
Stop. Oh my god. Thank god. Oh my god, thank god that missed. Did you see that? That would have been a full-on stealing of her armor. That would have been really bad. That would have gone very badly.
I've had better days.
Okay, who's next after? It's our Dragoon, and then Time Mage. Okay. Idea. Why did I do that? I thought I had the attack selected.
Whatever it takes.
Oops. Wow, that was a complete blunder on my part. Just an absolute whoopsie. Alright, well here's an idea. How much does this do against... Oh, yeah, plenty. Tile.
Only one thing for it.
Because I have a feeling that if she goes down... Wow, so everybody survives but her. Alright. I'm restarting. That was... I think Mustadio here is probably not a good idea. He's not... I don't think he's equipped enough to deal with this. So, yeah, looks like we're going to Grius after all. She has been my mainstay. Alright. Agrius. And then...
Ready.
Our Dragoon's got really good damage output, so we're gonna go with her. Do you have steel? What can you steal? What is your steal skills like? Oh, I didn't even have that equipped on him. Uh-oh. That would probably been really handy. Let's do those. And you have... You were my former martial artist. Just gonna level you up to be... Yeah. Okay. At the very least, he can charm enemies. And plus, he's also got ether use, so that'd be very handy too.
Ready.
All right.
To battle.
This should work out better, hopefully. Oh my god. Hooray, a shield parody worked out for me. Okay, you're gonna cast haste. You're gonna haste yourself.
Onward.
Alright, how much does your Judgment Blade do? Okay. How about Hallowed Bolt? Good damage. Get that to... Hey, a silence. There. Okay, let's see if this works. Steel Heart. Okay. Does it work? Nope, didn't think so. Dang it. At least that haste missed, which is good. What do you have equipped? Poison Rod? Dang it, I was hoping if she had the Fire Rod, then I would have risked an attack, but what I'll do instead is this. Thunder. Given how close, let's do that. Nope, didn't think so. Cast time into immediately casting. Oh my god, great shield parry. Okay, got a counterattack in there, that's good. Okay, can Ramza take out this Dragoon here? No, he's gonna Magic Pixel. What about with a pummel? Nope, didn't think so. No, I don't want to risk a jump. Where's this? Alright, how about another Hallowed
Power
Bolt?
thrumming in skies above, as refulgent blade now strike. Hallowed Bolt!
It cannot be.
Good damage. Very good damage. And then next I'll have... I'll have you fight this guy. And you are just gonna attack him. Motherfucker. Alright, cool. Consonant. Okay, at least he heals Ramza. Mobilized, that's fine actually. I don't need you to move around a lot. What I need you to do is... protect. Don't know how much good that will do given their Dragoons, but it won't hurt. And thank God it didn't miss. Yeah, didn't think it'd work. Worth a try. Oh God. Okay, Ramza's got a revive skill, so he can at least do something for that. And then let's take out these two. There we go. And then you'll stay up here with Ramza to keep fighting. Go down there and fight this mage. Ramza, you go revive the mage here. Because I was... Please don't miss. Oh, thank God. Oh, wait, but the Dragoon's up next there, and... Oh, lovely. Okay, how about Howled Bolt against these guys? How much does that? Yeah, that'll kill. She's really good. I know I keep relying on her for damage, but she's really strong. Yeah, didn't think that would work.
My turn. Open your...
Right.
Oh no, I'm gonna lose my thief. Shit. And you have items, and you have Phoenix Downs. I know you do. What if I... Okay, dead. Yeah. No. That guy was the only... No. I'm not... Yeah, I'm gonna just redo that. I had a good format, I just had some bad hits there. I had some bad hits and some boneheaded moves. I'll admit that. I'm human, I'll admit that. And I know I'm a half-elf on screen, but, you know, you get the idea.
Onward.
So... How far can you? You can go up to here.
I'm ready.
Not distant foe. Parry to the charm. That's one way to say that the Riz failed. Now. Let's do this. At least heal the Dragoon up and get people up there. Probably casting slow. Or no, immobilize. Ugh. Oh, thank God it missed. Oh, evasion. Oh, this is going more smoothly. Okay. Are things coming up Millhouse?
Right.
We'll see. Hallowed Bolt. Bonk.
Where to?
Silence on both of them. You'll love to see it. And poke. And then you'll finish off this guy. Never mind, you won't. You'll probably give him a magic pixel. No. Nope. Bad idea. Hold on, here's an idea. There we go. Let's do that. Wonderful. Got both. Okay. Oh, it's a good thing I did that. Hallett Bolt can at least reach the Time Mage here.
I'll do what I can.
Yeah, I can't do anything about it. Cannot do anything about Immobilize. It has to just go away. That jump probably would have done a shit ton more damage if I did not put Protect down. Will that work? Damn it. Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. Like, it's about as ridiculous as Chai parrying volcanic eruptions in Hi-Fi Rush. How the hell do you parry lightning? How do you shield parry lightning? Like, just because Goemon and Lupin III can do it doesn't mean everybody should get to do that. Oh, there goes my Dragoon. Now, question is, will Arise work for me? Oh, God. Poke. There we go. Okay, good damage. And then I'm gonna have the thief get revived first if I can reach him. Revive. There. Alright, the casters I'm just gonna leave alone. This guy's gotta go first. There. Yes! Finally, they miss a revive. Alright, please miss. Damn it. Oh, wonderful. Take you out.
Doesn't look good.
Take you out Franz Ferdinand style. Oh, actually, so speaking of Franz Ferdinand, I've been in like a really big punk rock phase lately, and one band in particular that I've been just absolutely enamored with is Amel and the Sniffers, or Amel and the Sniffers. They're an Australian punk rock group, and their riffs are wild and really, really good. And I mentioned Franz Ferdinand because Franz Ferdinand did a cover of one of their songs for like a live radio presentation, and God, I listened to it and it worked. It works so well, genuinely. You Should Not Be Doing That, I believe, was the song they covered, and I don't know how the hell they did it, but they managed to fit that song into their style beautifully. So yeah, if y'all want a really good rock listen, especially if you love punk music, Amyl and the Sniffers is really, really good. Would recommend highly. Damn it. All right. No! All right. That's just mean. Okay. Can I get an Arise for Agrias?
I'm overmatched.
Probably not, because nope, she's gonna go just before the mage does. No! And of course the... Of course he doesn't have throw items, so... Oh, no. Of course, because it's a diagonal space. Alright, well let's... Can at least use this to heal... Yeah, the turn order means Ramza could revive her, so let's try this, and then she could go over to that crystal to heal up. HP and MP. As good as aim +5 would be, I need to prioritize her surviving. Everybody needs to survive. I've got a bunch of good units here. I can't afford to lose them. There we go.
Let me think.
Okay. Has this been a good first outing? No. But we're at the very least finally getting something going here.
My turn.
Revive our Black Mage. Oh, of course. Alright, Arise. You. Didn't think so. There. I mean, at the very least, now the Dragoon's blocked. Never mind. Oh, wonderful. Oh, cool. That of all ones missed. All right. Well, chat, hate to do it again, but I'm not losing that guy. I'm not. He's pretty valuable. I'm having just some real shit luck at the worst moments. It happens, but damn. I love when revive abilities miss. And it's not just in this. I've had it in Dragon Quest too, where I may have to take the martial artist skill off of Ramza, because it's not like I've used that very much. But the revive is really handy. But if I went with items on there, at least that's not a guaranteed you know what? At the very least, if I had items on him, then he can use Phoenix Downs and revive without any scares of misses. That may be the silver lining I have to take on that front. Also, let's do that. There.
No mercy.
Well, first things first. Let's cast Protect. Wonderful. There we go. Holy shit, your jump is far. I feel like we can get past this fight. It's just sad that I'm having some unfortunate moments where they're pulling something out or I'm got some real bad luck. It happens. But damn.
It's looking dire.
Okay, now was that the Dragoon that jumped, or was that the... I don't remember. Okay, well the first thing I want to do is... I'm not having any luck using the Charm spell, and if I'm going to be honest, I don't think it's going to work on these guys. So I'm just going to do this. It looks like casting Protect was a good idea. But yeah, Australian punk bands have been just a big... Like, Australian rock in general has just been a big genre I've been getting into lately. Aside from Amel and the Sniffers, another one that I really like is a band by the name of Stiff Richards. Like, and I feel kind of a weird hit of nostalgia despite only recently finding the band, because it's the kind of band that if I still lived in Texas, like, my dad would have played the kind of music in my car, or in his car, taking me and my brother fishing. Like, it feels that level of nostalgic to me. Like, y'all ever have that where you find a band out of nowhere and you're like, oh man, I feel nostalgic for this thing, even though, like, one, it probably wasn't around by the time I was young, and two, like, I only just found it, you know?
Where to?
It's like when you play a game that copies, or at the very least emulates a style of game that you loved when you were a kid. Like, I don't know, I felt that feeling listening to Stiff Richards. I was like, oh man, this is something my dad would have totally played when we went fishing. Okay, not ideal, but that missed, so that's a positive thing. Cure on all of us. Never mind. You know, chances are, chat, maybe I'm just not strong enough. What? Yeah, that might be the other problem. Maybe I'm just not high enough level for me to be able to do the damage I need to do against these guys. Like, that's not unfamiliar ground that I've had. We had it earlier with the Gafgarian fight, but that'll mean I'll have to give up at some point and grind over the weekend. Because what I'm planning on with this game is that if I do encounter situations in this game where I have to grind, I'm just opting to do it when I'm not streaming so that, you know, we don't have just a grinding stream. Like, I'll grind some levels on stream if I need to, but if I can avoid it, I'd like to... Okay. Wow. Like fucking dominoes.
Be strong.
Yeah. You know, chat, I think this might be a sign that maybe I've hit another wall. I needed to grind up some more levels before I fought here. Because if they're all consistently around, like, the level mid-20s and I'm just barely scraping level 20, that might be a situation that I'm dealing with here. I just need to level up some more. Because if we're floundering here, then, yeah, we've got to grind up a little more. I mean, it's fine. It's not like I won this and then lost the second consecutive fight. Could you imagine how disheartening that would be? Like, at the very least... At the very least, you know, we find out about this now. So I at least have a chance to grind and not lose too much in the way of progress. Alright, items... Like, I'll ride this out. I'll try what I can to try and salvage this, but... Yeah, as I said, I'm not confident in this at all. At the very least, some of their units are dead completely, which is a plus. Yeah. Unfortunate, but I think this might be the call to make on this. There are some units that return, so let's go check that out, actually. It's like, sometimes you just gotta recognize when something might be a lost deal. And plus, I do still have a lot of units that are out on errands, so that'll help out too, I think.
You've some news from an errand. Right then. Tell us how it went.
I am pleased to inform you that the task ended in great success.
Alright, several valuable tomes were stolen from the Garland Academy for the Magical Arts. According to witnesses, the thief was a man of some 30 years who escaped from the Academy's second-floor window before boarding a nearby ferry. Unfortunately for him, the ferry sank soon after leaving port, and we were able to raise the vessel and retrieve the books. The tomes were of no great monetary value, but the staff at the Academy were delighted to have them back.
It goes to prove that Ernest...
It was the entire Academy's manga section. They probably had, like, Shaman King or something on there.
I'd consider that a job well done.
Okay, so that's done.
Thank you, and Phil.
Yeah. So I think what we'll do is... We've got some We've got plenty more areas to grind up in, at least, because the last time I hit a wall, I only had one spot. And I probably also need to update our armory with stuff.
Greetings, by all means.
Celebrant's Mitter. Had employed by the clergy. Raises the... Yeah. I think the other thing that we need to consider on this is that I really need to also update more armor. It's just hard to indicate... It's hard to know this kind of stuff, because, like, sometimes I'm used to level indicators in games that will tell me, like, hey, keep in mind that upcoming level cap for this area is this level. By this bow. Ooh, poison crossbow. Ooh, a slow inflicting axe? Hell yeah. Just trying to go for weapon variety here. Alright. And I think, since it has now dawned on me as far as the level cap that I'm dealing with, what I think I'll do is that I'll probably stop soon, and then the next time we're here, I'll definitely be more on level with what we need.
I am committed.
I also probably need to clear out a lot of these chocobos, because this is getting really comical.
Ever ready.
Like, I have a comically high amount of chocobos here.
I'm ready.
Alright, Ramza, you also need it. You need stuff. Yeah, the ad break's coming up in 5 minutes, so I'm gonna hold off on ending until probably after the ad break. Oh, and I forgot to mention, but thank you for the follow earlier. Much appreciated. I was caught up in conversation, I forgot to say, but thank you so much. It really, really means the world. Let's do that. And because you're on tile, I'm not gonna move. Instead, can you reach that? No, didn't think so.
What to do?
I really do find it funny still that just pistols are in this game. Just a straight up gun. Okay, that done. Right. Let's do that, and then... Oh, right. I didn't equip that Heartsteel skill until after I got into that fight. Okay. We'll go over here, and then... That is the benefit of spears, is that, you know, they are technically a distance away, so you're not dealing with potential counters. That's really handy. And then...
Come on.
God, that pistol range is really good.
What's my next move?
And actually, having him up, having Iran here up for that fight would be really handy, since he'll be more likely to help with the Dragoons with Umbra. That'll be really handy. Although the blindness status ailment has not exactly gone into too much of a play. It's attempting that would be better than nothing. This Chocobo's having a rough time. Yeah, I think grinding up right now is actually the best prospect that we can end up getting with this. And I don't mind grinding, I understand that it's going to be a lot of levels and skill and menu management. And sadly, as far as I know, there is nothing like a metal slime enemy in this game that can speed the process along. Because I remember I streamed all of Octopath 2, and sometimes I got really lucky in finding those KHC enemies. Oh, actually, speaking of Octopath, the ad break's about to start. I might tell you all after it. I found something on Blue Sky related to Octopath that got me really excited because I want to get more Octopath merch because I love Octopath. So I really love the Octopath games. So I'll tell you after the ad break. So 3 minutes and an hour of no pre-rolls. So hydrate, stretch, do whatever you need to do. We'll be right back, everybody. All right, I'm back. We're back. Thank you for your patience. So the thing Octopath related that I had to share, which I thought was a really cool find, was somebody apparently had constructed a website where a database exists that they made that lets them post and describe different kinds of Octopath Traveler merch that has been done, past and present and upcoming, and the links to it and where you can end up finding it. Like, just all kinds of merch, from enamel pens to those acrylic standees to stickers to coasters to like replicas of in-universe newspaper maps or newspapers as like they were apparently served in the Square Enix cafe in Japan, which makes me extremely goddamn jealous of people that got those from the cafe. And I'm just like, God, Octopath really needs more merch. So I saw that today and I was like, ooh. So note to the future on where I could end up looking to find Octopath merch, because that actually reminded me of the figure that is to be made of Primrose, one of the first game's protagonists, and how, as far as I know, we don't really have an announcement on that yet. No forward momentum from that whatsoever. But on a more positive note, pre-orders are open for the Octopath Traveler Tabletop RPG rulebook, and you know my TTRPG loving ass is gonna go all over that. I will be looking up the rules, and I would adore to get to make my own Octopath Traveler characters, so that's pretty exciting. Like, honestly, there are so many game worlds that feel perfect for a TTRPG format that I'm glad that this happened. I'm glad that that's a thing now. So, great to hear that. But yeah, sorry to end early, y'all, but I think, given how this is shaping up, as far as the level cap is concerned, this is probably where I will stop, and I will grind over the weekend to ensure that we can properly get through the monastery without any problems. But yeah, thanks for joining me, everybody. I had a lot of fun. For those that came in through the raid, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate the follows. I appreciate you whether you lurked or chatted. It really means the world to me. Like, genuinely, it means so much that y'all came by and just, you know, hung out for a little while. Got to talk around a little bit about all sorts of things. And yeah, thanks for joining me. Hope you all have a good rest of your time zones. For the YouTube side of people, you can find me on Twitch on Tuesdays through Thursdays. Presently, I am doing a like 7 p.m. CST schedule, but I keep reminding about this because it is going to be a massive change. Starting mid-August, I am going to do a schedule change of going from 4 p.m. CST to about 7:30. Like a set time of maybe 3.5 hours max, because I am going under a job change that will have me be working really early in the morning until about early afternoon. So that change is going to mean that streams will be a lot earlier in the day than normal, than how I have been for a while. So letting you know that now, so that way it won't be very jarring when, you know, it does happen. So to see the updates of the schedule, be sure to follow me over on my Blue Sky. All of my socials and links are in the descriptions of my channel as well as this VOD. So be sure to follow me over there and also check the YouTube posts, because I try to remember to post about those things in the YouTube side of things as well as Blue Sky. So follow me on both for that front. So yeah, with that should be everything. So VOD watchers, have a good one. Stay hydrated. Keep cool out there. It's still hot, so anybody that's still dealing with the really horrible July heat, please stay cold, stay cool. Fall will be here before we know it, and then we can have all of the lattes and flannel jackets we please. So, yeah. Have a good one, everybody. Bye.